frame yourself, position yourself early in your sales conversation as an authority, a trusted advisor. And the way you do that is you begin the conversation with, before we begin, again, before we begin, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? So why is that so powerful and so important to do? Because most people will just go right into the sales process, talking about what they do, how they can help. And then is framed as a sales conversation or a sales pitch. So before we begin, already establishes that relax, open up. We haven't begun the sales conversation yet, even though you have, you will. So before we begin, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? And that also frames you, as I mentioned, the authority, the trusted advisor, because you're not jumping into a sales pitch. You're asking to get to know them as a consultant. And when you give that instruction, that directive, as subtle as it is, you're in charge. You're the authority. You're telling them what to do. Tell me a little bit about yourself. So it's very subtle. However, subconsciously, the person, your client, potential client, picks that up as they're the authority, and they start to open up, and they're more relaxed because they think, before we begin, the sales presentation has not begun yet. So as they start talking about themselves, listen, and there's some key elements that'll come out of as they talk about themselves, their family, maybe they have kids, and then you can expand on the kids. And in real estate, you can say, how are your kids? How do they feel about the move? If they're going to buy a house or sell a house. So that'll give you some insight into the situation with their kids. Maybe they're concerned, maybe they're happy. And then there's another conversation that can lead to that. Also, when they talk about their job, there's some insights you can get when they talk about their job. And you can ask them, and this is what I suggest. So, what do you like about what you do? What do you like about what you do? And they may say, I like helping people. Depends on what industry they're in, if they're a nurse or doctor or uh, in the industry of helping people. Or they can say, I like the people I work with. So they're into people. Or I love the creativity of what I do. They love being creative. Those are value words specific to them. I love helping people. And now you can use that as a value that is part of their identity. And identity is very big and powerful. I go into that in my training and workshops and coaching, their identity. And now their identity is of helping people. So you can ask them, I need your help, or can you help me with this? I need you to, if you can, take off all your personal photos so that when family comes in, they have a blank canvas and they can imagine being there, living there. So I need your help, or can you help me? Or this will help you, because that word help has emotion to it. So that's the power of having a conversation and knowing what to listen for, or what to look for, question to ask, and what to expand. Because during that, tell me about yourself, telling as they explain their life's journey, their story, you can ask some other questions that'll give you some deeper insights even to how they make decisions, their subconscious filters of what's important to them to make decisions, and more about their values. And ultimately, within this conversation, you want to work on 3 pillars of trust. You want to engineer their trust. The key pillar is to trust you. The second pillar of trust is to trust your service, what you have to offer, what you will be doing for them. And then the third pillar of trust is they have to trust themselves. Should I do this? This is the right thing for me to do. And you can have those trusts engineered and built up throughout the conversation if you know what to do, what to say, and how to create identities so that they trust themselves, the identity that you're a trusted advisor. And just again, starting the conversation with, before we begin, and framing it as it's a consultation, and you're a trusted advisor and you're the authority. and then the product and service. There's ways of having conversations that will build trust that what you have to offer is what they need. So that's just one element of conversational selling. And there's more after you find their values. And then when you start to present how you're going to help them, there's some key triggers and words, and continue to engineer the trust so that you get more yeses faster. The quality of your life is impacted and influenced by the quality of your communication. So it's not just a script. It's not just being nice and friendly. There's a lot more to communication. It's holistic. Your voice, your words, your body motion, the questions you ask, which give an impression of feeling into their intuition that, yes, I trust this person. I want to work with this person. I like this person. So the way you communicate is holistic. Everything's involved. You cannot not communicate. So use this one technique to create that trust, to help the families, the people that are out there looking for your help. Thank you. Bye now.